Hi, it's Jessica from Jessica Wonders, and I'm back out in the garden. I did some harvesting this week, and I still have a lot left to do to get everything in before the first frost, which is October, around the first week of October. I harvested some poblano peppers. I got about 11 pounds. And I harvested all the corn that was along the back fence, and we had harvested some corn already, but with the Jubilee corn that I harvested this week, that's about 50 pounds. It's really, really windy, and the crows are having fun flying in the wind. So squash, we also harvested all of the squash, took out all the plants, all the winter squash and all of the summer squash. So I made some meals and just harvested. Nothing spectacular, no crazy creative recipes, but just what I did in my garden this week. I'll give you a little bit of a tour around, and then you can get into looking at the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more me hanging out in my garden videos. Gonna take the corn down today. This is the corn that's just empty. I'm gonna pile up the stalks, let them dry. Lots of corn left here. We have a lot of poblano peppers. I'm going to give these a wash, and then I am going to roast them in the oven to get the skins off. Just lightly oil your pans. And let them go for about 7 minutes, and then I switched the places in the oven, and then I let them go for another 7 minutes, so they did 15 minutes, and I'm going to put them in for another 15 minutes. And there they are after half an hour in the oven, 15 minutes aside. I'm going to let them rest under plastic and then peel them when they're cool. So I peeled them all after and put them on these sheets. I'm going to freeze these ones for use later, and I've kept some out to stuff for now because this one broke open anyway. So I'll clean out the insides and then stuff these for stuffed poblanos. I'm going to make some stuffed poblanos. I'm going to fry up this ground beef with some onion powder, cumin, garlic powder, and some pepper flakes. Smells hot and like tacos. Add a bit of water to mix those flavors together. Also add some salt and pepper. I'm going to take these poblano peppers that I roasted. I'm going to cut them open. This one kind of already split, but I'm going to get in there. I'm going to scoop out all the insides and the seeds. I'm going to add some cream cheese. I'm going to add a little more chili powder to the mix. So I've stuffed these with the mixture and I'm going to put them in the oven to bake. Boiling up some corn. Just grab some cherry tomatoes from the garden, put a little zesty Italian dressing on them. Some Hungarian cheese and hot cherry peppers stuffed with olives and cream cheese and mozzarella cheese. That's my meal from the garden. I've got ground beef and cream cheese and mozzarella cheese, stuffed poblano peppers, a stuffed cherry bomb, a big piece of corn on the cob, and some nice cherry tomatoes from the garden. Hi guys, today for my garden I'm going to turn some of my summer squashes into like a squash casserole with chicken and one of my imperfect onions, and if I add the chicken then it'll be kind of like an entire meal rather than just sort of a side dish. So first thing, I'm going to fry up this chicken and I'm going to preheat the oven to 400. Salt and pepper the chicken. So I've got about a half a cup of butter that I'm going to melt. I'm going to start combining everything together. About 4 cups of mixed squash, 1 cup of diced onions. I have this cream of mushroom soup. You could use cream of chicken soup, would be okay. This isn't going to come out. Excellent. You could add a half a cup of sour cream. I usually use plain yogurt in place of sour cream. You're going to want to grease the pan. And the chicken. Going to add the butter to the stuffing. Just going to mix that up, and then we'll set some aside to put on the top of the casserole. Maybe like half a cup for the top. And we're going to put the rest of this in with the rest of the mix. Then I mixed it all up, and I'm going to put it in this 9x13 pan that I greased. There we go. And I'm just going to add that little bit of stuffing that I had left over. Just kind of sprinkle it on top. And then I'm going to bake it in a 400 oven for about 40 minutes. And there's a chicken squash casserole just out of the oven. It smells wonderful. It smells like mostly the stuffing, which is a nice smell. Kind of reminds you of Thanksgiving or Christmas or something, but it's a chicken stuffing. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm gonna have some for lunch and dinner. I grabbed a cucumber from the garden and a new green pepper, another imperfect onion that I have, a bunch of cherry tomatoes, and I'm gonna make up a Greek salad to go with my squash casserole tonight. Also, I picked some green peppers a while ago, and they're not perfect anymore. They're kind of a little bit soft, but I'm going to chop them up and freeze them and use them in cooking. So I've got a whole bag of these to do. They're just a little softer. You know, it's just been life these days. I just haven't been getting on top of everything as quickly as I should. But this one turned red, so that's kind of cool. But I'm going to slice these up like sliced peppers, and freeze them as frozen peppers. They're great in recipes and things like spaghetti. Easy to just throw them in when you want some green peppers. I'm going to chop up about half of that big cucumber. And then on top of that, I'm going to use this Kraft Greek feta and oregano. I'll use whatever happens to be on sale. This was a twofer at, I think, maybe Walmart or Superstore. So I've got that. And then this was definitely Walmart, Fresh Market feta. And I'll put a little bit of that on as well. Just going to mix it up and then let it sit in the fridge until supper time. About 4 hours from now. Gonna add some salt, a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna add some pepper, and then I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Here I seeded the green peppers that I had. I'm gonna slice them up and freeze them. There we go, and into the freezer they go, and they'll be just like the peppers that I buy frozen from Walmart in my freezer. This is my dinner, mostly from the garden, or some things from the garden today. Greek salad with this squash casserole. I think it's pretty good. Anyway, I think that's where I'll end this video. Of course, it's kind of an ongoing deal, me working in the garden, but I'll start working on another video for next week. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos of me in the garden. Thanks, guys.